If you're looking for a translation of the Bible that will reflect the sense of the source text as accurately as possible, the NIV is not for you. Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion, and I hope you will forgive my appearance. I got back from a run a little bit ago. But the NIV is a highly dogmatic translation that will manipulate what the text says in order to serve the interests of particularly evangelical ideologies, and mostly inspiration and univocality. And it will alter the text in order to obscure the presence of conflict or contradiction. So, for instance, when we look at the first two creation accounts at the beginning of Genesis, Genesis 2 and 3 represents the earlier pre-priestly creation account. Genesis 1 represents the priestly creation account that is trying to correct and supersede what's going on in the earlier creation account. And in Genesis 1, all of the animals that occupy the dry land are created before humanity is created. In Genesis 2, Adam, the human, Adam, is created before the animals, and the animals are only created once God sees that it is not good that the human is alone, and so they create the animals from the dust of the earth and bring them by Adam to see what he will name them, and that doesn't work. There is no suitable companion found for Adam, and so it's back to the drawing board. But in order to obscure this conflict in the order of creation, the NIV alters the text. So instead of saying Adonai, God created from the ground the animals, it uses the pluperfect tense, and it changes the text to say, and now the Lord God had formed from the ground the animals, to make it seem like this happened before the creation of Adam. So this is a way that they alter what the text says without a really strong argument for this rendering in order to obscure the presence of a contradiction. And another example is Jeremiah 7:22, where Jeremiah is trying to deny that God was involved in commandments like the commandment in Exodus 22:29 to offer as a sacrifice everyone's firstborn child. And so where the Hebrew says, on the day that I led them up out of Egypt, I did not speak to them or command them concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. In the NIV, the text is altered without any justification whatsoever to say, I did not only command them concerning burnt offerings and sacrifices, to make it sound like God did command those things, because when we look back at Exodus, very clearly God commanded those things. And so they're reinterpreting Jeremiah 7 to be saying something entirely different so as to obscure and avoid the sense that there is conflict going on here. And there are numerous other places throughout the Hebrew Bible as well as the New Testament where the NIV does this. So if you want a translation that is going to be honest with you and that is going to represent the sense of the source text as accurately as possible and not fiddle with it in order to make it feel more comfortable to contemporary Christian dogmas and ideologies, the NIV is definitely not for you. And the fit for this video, again, has been my very faded, high visibility orange shirt that I go running with.